Snoop Dogg has faced fame, controversy, and loss in the public eye for decades. But nothing could prepare him for this. In a heartbreaking moment that shocked fans around the world, his daughter Cori Broadus revealed that her 10-month-old baby girl, Cori, has passed away. And the quiet, emotional way Snoop responded on Instagram is leaving people speechless. Behind the simple emojis he posted is a story of months in the hospital, a brief return home, and a family now holding each other through unimaginable grief. This is not a headline about celebrity drama or controversy. This is a story about a family experiencing a level of pain that no parent or grandparent is ever prepared for. On January 31st, Cori Broadus, the 26-year-old daughter of Snoop Dogg, shared devastating news with her followers. Her 10-month-old daughter, Cori Broadus, had passed away. In a black and white photo of herself holding her baby, Cori wrote, "Monday, I lost the love of my life, my Cody." Those words immediately spread across social media. And within hours, Snoop Dogg quietly responded with a simple post of hearts and prayer emojis alongside a family photo. But behind those posts is a deeper story that many people are only now learning. Cori had spent the first 10 months of her life in the hospital before finally coming home in early January. A long medical battle, a hopeful return home, and then an unexpected tragedy that has left the Broadus family leaning on each other in ways we rarely see in public. In this video, we're going to walk through what happened, the timeline of Cori's health journey, how Cori shared her experience online, how Snoop and the family responded, and why this moment is resonating so deeply with fans around the world. Before the world saw Cori Broadus's heartbreaking post announcing her daughter's passing, there was a long and difficult journey that most people didn't fully understand. Cori Broadus did not have a typical start to life. From birth, she faced serious medical challenges that required constant hospital care. For 10 straight months, Cori remained under medical supervision, surrounded by doctors, machines, and specialists instead of the comfort of her home. While many new parents spend those early months decorating nurseries, taking baby photos, and adjusting to sleepless nights at home, Cori's reality was hospital rooms, medical updates, and emotional exhaustion. Throughout that time, Cori was open with her followers about the emotional toll this journey was taking on her. She shared glimpses of hospital visits, prayers, and moments of hope. Her posts reflected a mother fighting alongside her child, holding on to faith while navigating a situation no parent imagines when they first learn they're expecting. What made this even more emotional is that Cori finally came home in early January. After 10 months inside a hospital, Cori was able to bring her daughter into a real home environment for the first time. For the family, this felt like a turning point. A moment of relief, a sign that the worst might finally be behind them. Friends, followers, and supporters celebrated this milestone with her online, seeing it as the beginning of a new chapter for Cori. But just weeks after finally bringing her baby home, everything changed. Cori's post on January 31st revealed that Cori had passed away on Monday. The timeline shocked many people. How could a child who had just been released from months of hospital care suddenly be gone? That unanswered question is what has left fans searching for details, trying to understand how such a hopeful moment turned into tragedy so quickly. And while Cori has not shared the exact medical cause publicly, the emotional weight of her words told the story of a mother who had given everything she had during those 10 months. What many didn't realize at the time is how this long hospital journey had already brought the Broadus family closer together long before the public ever learned about the loss. When news of Cori Broadus' passing broke, social media erupted with messages of sympathy, support, and disbelief. But among the first to respond privately and publicly was Snoop Dogg, the legendary rapper and patriarch of the Broadus family. His reaction was simple, yet deeply emotional, and it spoke volumes about the pain this family is enduring. Snoop posted a family photo on Instagram showing himself alongside his daughter Cori and his two sons Cordell. In the caption, he wrote only. At first glance, it may have seemed understated. But those emojis, a heart and praying hands, were more than symbols. They were a silent acknowledgement of heartbreak, strength, and unity. Cordell, Snoop's younger son, also shared a tribute on his Instagram stories, posting the same family photo with the words, "Lil sis, we got you forever." Together, these gestures painted a picture of a family leaning on each other during one of the most difficult times imaginable. What's remarkable about Snoop's response is that he chose to honor the moment quietly and with dignity, rather than turning it into a public spectacle. For a man whose life is usually lived in the spotlight, this shows a side of him rarely seen. A grandfather, a father, and a man coping with grief while supporting his family through unimaginable loss. It also reflects the broader way this family has handled the situation publicly, with honesty, but without sensationalism. Cori shared the news herself in a heartfelt post, giving fans insight into her grief, but the family has maintained privacy about the medical specifics of Cody's condition. This balance between transparency and discretion is rare in celebrity families, and it has earned widespread respect from followers. And yet, even in their grief, the Broadus family is sending a message about love, resilience, and the importance of sticking together. But the story doesn't end there, because the journey of grief, hope, and heartbreak this family has experienced is far more complex than what a single Instagram post can show. What really makes the story resonate on a deeper level is understanding the emotional toll of caring for a child in critical condition for 10 months, and then facing loss so soon after finally experiencing a glimpse of hope. The question everyone is asking now is, how do families survive when life alternates between hope and heartbreak so rapidly? And how has Snoop, a public figure used to performing under pressure, managed to be a pillar of strength for his daughter in such private and painful moments? The answers are coming from the broader context of their journey, one filled with love, faith, and resilience that has been quietly unfolding behind the headlines. For Cori Broadus, the loss of her daughter Cori Broadus is something no parent should ever have to endure. In her Instagram post, she wrote simply but profoundly, "Monday, I lost the love of my life, my Cori," alongside a black and white photo of herself holding her baby. Those words captured not just a moment of loss, but the depth of a mother's heartbreak, a pain compounded by the long journey of caring for her daughter in the hospital for the first 10 months of her life. Cori's posts over the past year reveal a mother deeply invested in her child's survival. Sharing glimpses of hospital visits, milestones, and moments of hope, she documented a journey that was as emotionally exhausting as it was physically demanding. Many followers followed her updates closely, sending prayers, love, and encouragement. They celebrated when Cori finally came home in early January, marking what seemed like a turning point in her fragile life. But now, the heartbreak is unimaginable. The abrupt transition from hope to tragedy is something that has left fans shocked, and it illustrates a reality that is far too common in families dealing with serious medical conditions in infants. The emotional roller coaster of relief, joy, and anticipation, followed by sudden grief, is devastating. Cori's words and the sparse details she shared underscore the private nature of this battle, one she has chosen to endure openly with her followers, but with dignity and respect for her daughter's memory. The tragedy has sparked an outpouring of support from fans, celebrities, and other parents who understand the fragility of life and the intense bond between a parent and child. Social media comments reflect not only sympathy but admiration for Cori's courage, patience, and strength during what must have been months of emotional and physical exhaustion. Cori's grief is not isolated. It's shared by her entire family, particularly Snoop Dogg, who has remained a constant presence in her life. The depth of her sorrow also highlights the silent realities many parents face when caring for medically fragile children: sleepless nights, constant hospital visits, and the crushing fear that something could go wrong at any moment. And yet, in her grief, there's also a story of love, a love that is unbreakable, unwavering, and evident even in the few public words she has shared. Fans around the world have felt this love through her posts, and it has created a connection that goes beyond celebrity. People are seeing not just a star's daughter, but a mother in raw human pain, and they are mourning alongside her. But this section of the story raises another question. How does a family already accustomed to public attention navigate such a personal and devastating loss in the eyes of millions? The answer comes from looking at how Snoop Dogg, as both a father and a grandfather, has stepped into a unique and supportive role. While Cori Broadus's grief has been heartbreakingly public, Snoop Dogg's response has been quieter but just as powerful. In the midst of tragedy, he has stepped into a role that goes beyond fame, music, and public persona, that of a father and grandfather providing unwavering support in the most difficult circumstances imaginable. Snoop's Instagram post, shared hours after Cori announced Cody's passing, may have seemed simple, a family photo with a heart and praying hands emoji. But for those who understand grief, simplicity can carry immense weight. That single post communicated love, solidarity, and an acknowledgement of the pain his family is enduring without exploiting the tragedy for publicity. It was a reminder that sometimes words are unnecessary, presence, care, and support are enough. But the support doesn't end with social media gestures. Behind the scenes, sources say Snoop has been a constant presence for Cori, offering emotional guidance, practical help, and a steady hand as the family processes their grief. He has always emphasized family above all else, and this moment has reinforced that priority. In private, He has been helping Cori navigate the immediate logistics after Cody's passing, spending time with his grandchildren and ensuring that his daughter is not facing this tragedy alone. Even his other children, Cord and Cordell, have joined in the family support system. Cordell's tribute, "Lil sis, we got you forever," is more than a caption. It's a vow, a declaration of solidarity that echoes the way the Broadus family has always leaned on each other. Together, they are trying to create a network of love and stability for one another in a time when the world might feel overwhelming and intrusive. Snoop Dogg's response also highlights a rare side of celebrity parenthood, balancing public visibility with private care. He is a global icon with millions of fans and constant media attention. Yet, in this moment, he has chosen discretion over spectacle. His focus is not headlines or interviews. It is the emotional well-being of his daughter and family. And in doing so, he is modeling something profoundly human. That even those who seem larger than life, those who live under the relentless gaze of fame, are still parents and grandparents first. They feel grief, love deeply, and strive to hold their families together in the face of loss. But while Snoop Dogg's support has been a steadying force, the tragedy itself is a reminder of how fragile life can be, especially for infants and young children, for Cori, for Snoop, and for the entire Broadus family. The emotional impact is ongoing. And it raises questions about the healing process. How does a family recover after losing a child? How do they balance public scrutiny with private grief? And what comes next for a young mother who has already endured so much? The answers lie not just in social media posts, but in the day-to-day reality of living with loss, leaning on family, and finding moments of strength amid heartbreak. A story that is still unfolding, and one that fans are watching with empathy, concern, and respect. This story of love, tragedy, and resilience isn't over yet. Because even in the darkest moments, the Broadus family is showing the world how they navigate grief together.